State appears by W. Richard Chipetti.
James Eaton appears in court and in person with attorney Katie Gutowski.
Your Honor, Mr. Eaton appears before the court in a 2-count criminal complaint. Count 1 alleging first-degree intentional homicide. It's a Class A felony which subjects him to a mandatory life sentence. Count 2, hiding a corpse, subjects him to a fine not to exceed $10,000, imprisonment not to exceed 5 years or both.
We have received a copy of the complaint. We would waive any further reading at this time, preserving all pretrial challenges and objections and request a preliminary hearing date.
All right, I'm going to vacate any warrants. I'll make a finding of probable cause, and then what's the state's position with regard to bond?
Thank you, Your Honor. As it relates to bond, I think as this court is aware, there was previously an arrest warrant that was authorized in the amount of $1 million. I do believe that's appropriate given the circumstances of this case. Mr. Eaton is an individual who, as it relates to his financial needs, does have a good job where it's my understanding that he has the ability to post a significant amount of cash. This case, I think, as the court is aware, is chilling. It certainly is, when we look at the criminal complaint here, a sad, savage, brutal attack. We have an innocent 14-year-old victim here who was sexually assaulted. And when we look at the details of what was found here, and again, she was found basically dumped like she was garbage. She was located in the marsh with a plastic garbage bag around her head. She was partially clothed. Later, there was semen located in her vagina and her rectal area. She had a bite mark on her neck that was so significant that it was a major and primary cause of her death in this case. And for someone to inflict this kind of pain and suffering on this individual, they certainly intended to do what they did here. The medical examiner at the time indicated that this was a homicide. There was asphyxiation due to suffocation from the plastic bag and external neck compression. There was this bite mark to the left side of her face, blunt force facial trauma, and pattern cutting injuries on her face. This is an individual that's hid from the law for 17 years. He has no ties to this community. He's clearly a flight risk. $1 million is appropriate.
Your Honor, at this point, we are not going to object to a reasonable cash bond. We would just reserve our right to make a bond argument at a later date if appropriate.
He lives in Palatine?
That's correct.
And what's his job at it's called the private bank?
That's their parking.
What does he do?
He indicates his current position as a manager in the operations unit.
All right, well, with regard to bond, based on the nature of the allegations as well as his apparent financial resources, I am going to set a cash bond then in the amount of $500,000. Certainly as conditions of bond, he's not having any contact whatsoever with the family of the victim. So we'll set this on for a preliminary hearing then, and we'll put it on for next week, Wednesday. How about 9:30, was it April 16th? At 9:30.